Welcome to Truth Talks, brought to you by South African author, pastor and theologian Dr. Christopher Peppler. In this series, Dr. Peppler speaks about revival. What is true revival? How do we recognize it, and what impact does it have on the church, the community and the world at large? Kerry Botha, head of Pleiades Media, chats to him about his views.
Would you say that South Africa is ready for revival?
Yeah, unquestionably. You know, the last major revival that came to South Africa was in 1948 in a little place called Franschhoek. And it didn't last that long. And all these years have gone by. And now we're in a state where we have to be frank. In our country, in South Africa, the morality level is pitifully low. The ethics level's pitifully low. There's high rates of crime, high rates of unemployment. And unfortunately, a church that is largely apathetic to the social conditions of its day. So yes, we are ripe because we need it.
Are you expecting revival to come soon?
Yes, any day. I believe that God has spoken a word to us about revival. I also believe then that if He genuinely speaks a word, His word will not return to Him void, but will accomplish the purpose for which it's sent. I also believe that even folk in South Africa who might be watching this Truth Talk, many will be saying, God has been saying that to us as well. Because you see, when He sends revival, He normally speaks it to many, many different people. One of the glories of revival is that it doesn't just break out in one little place. It normally breaks out simultaneously, like scattered sparks, on many little areas of dry tinder.
What are you doing as a pastor of the village church? What are you doing to help prepare for revival?
Again, you know, that's a question which, as elders of the church, we've really wrestled with, because, again, if we go back into history, we see that revival is a sovereign work of God. But He tells people beforehand, and people do a certain amount of preparation. The problem is, if you do too much preparation, we hijack or attempt to hijack what God is doing, and then revival doesn't come, or it lasts only a short time. So what we are doing is we're trying to prepare for it by teaching into it, preaching into it, and then every Monday night we have a gathering of roughly 60 of our folk come together. We pray, we sing, we expect, we talk, we look at the scriptures all around the issue of revival, and we committed to doing that until God comes in power. But we don't want to do more than that. We want to be aware, make people aware, and call people together to meet, to pray, and to talk and to expect. And then to stop at that point until God comes and says, step aside, here I am.
Thanks for listening to Truth Talks from the Truth is the Word ministry. Visit Dr. Peppler's blog on truthisthewordblog.blogspot.com to share your views on revival, or read up on related topics and purchase one of Dr. Peppler's books. Thanks for being with us, and remember, Truth Talks.